In this video, I am raging at the moment because of a news report in America. I'm going to link it down below, of a few parents annoyed at the fact that there is a slave Leia from Star Wars about, and oh, when reading this got me really angry. This is just really weird. In 1983, May 25th, Return of the Jedi, you had slave Leia, slave Leia I think it is, and I always think Leia, but this is not the time and place to talk about names. This is what, apparently in America, you had a family that was walking down a toy aisle and they saw the black series of Star Wars, and then you had Princess Leia in a slave outfit, and when she is given to Jabba the Hutt. And when hearing how much that they thought it was wrong and how much it is, it's like, really? And at the end of the day, I was like, wow, you guys are complaining that it shouldn't be made, it shouldn't be out there, the fact it should never existed, because you think your kids are going to be corrupted about this image. And Fox News took that figure, or they talked about it, and they showed it to other parents, and they all said the same, like it was inappropriate. And I was thinking, she's in a bikini. I guarantee you, how many Barbie dolls that your kids own that have beach bumping Barbie, whatever it is, where she's in thing, got her pool, she's got her little dog and a beach ball, and then she's in a bikini. And then again, when you see this, there's, you know, it's part of it. Now, I don't know if it's the name that the slave was the main issue that they didn't like, or the fact is that, you know, she had a collar, but that is what she wore in Return of the Jedi. And you're thinking, wow. And part of me, if I had a child and I was walking and they saw that, that would not bother me. What would bother me more is the fact is that there are ponies that companies make that are pink, blue, sparkly, that talk in a TV series. People out there that just really don't want this because, you know, it's in a toy aisle that's quite far up, and, you know, if your kids are looking at it and they say, can I have that? And you just go, no, you can't have that. Then there you go, you solve that problem. And I'm going to ramble in this video, but what makes me angry is the fact that if people try and get this like taken away or taken off the shelves, it's like, why? It's not hurting you, it's not affecting you, you don't have to buy it, you don't even have to look at it effectively. But no, there are people out there that will now complain because they think it's inappropriate. But then again, would that mean that I could go to Toys R Us, my local one, and look at all the guns that they've got on display, like the fake guns, so you can pretend to be an action man or an army man? Could I then turn around and say, well, I find every single Barbie offensive because it promotes the wrong sort of image, or it promotes the wrong sort of image for women? Can I then turn around and say that I don't want My Little Pony on there because I find that offensive to me because of, you know, of different coloured ponies and obviously what they do? If I was very, very religious, and can I turn around and say, well, friendship is magic, that's promoting the wrong sort of thing right there for kids. You know, it should not be that, you know, it should be literally wholesome, not ponies talking or anything like that. But no, I don't, because I like My Little Pony. I don't think it's affecting anyone, but I could complain. I could then turn around and say, well, I want all of them taken off the shelves. If this particular brand and how people are treating it now, it's like, well, what are you trying to teach kids? Because I turn around and say, well, I don't want my kids being taught by monsters, by puppets, because monsters are, you know, are scary, and, you know, they don't teach this. You know, can I then turn around and say that, can I now have this particular way because I, as a person, do not like these brands? I do, just in case, you know, because I do think My Little Pony and Sesame Street is, you know, they teach and they make stuff. But this is like an argument because some parents just don't like one figure that is in a bikini. And again, if kids were like, well, why has she got a collar on? Why has it got chains on? It's like, well, if you've not seen the film, why don't we just go sit down as a family and watch something that the grown-ups grew up with, you know, when they were kids, they grew up with. And I swear, if they turn around and say that they never watched it, I guarantee you, at some point in their life, they would have watched it because it was a big thing back when I was growing up. It was everywhere. And this is a main thing on, you know, how important it is because it's a classic film. You know, I guarantee you, you've probably seen it on TV at some point. I guarantee your kids have watched it. But then again, if you find that offensive, what about all the other TV shows, Jersey Shore, those sorts of TV programs that, you know, you have women in bikinis constantly everywhere, or literally they're going out partying, drinking, Teen Mum, What about stuff like Teen Mom, whatever? You know, what about that Honey Boo Boo Child program that was on? You know, that's sort of promoting other things compared to a figure. Now I'm kind of like changing it, because I shouldn't be really talking about TV shows, but it's the same sort of principle in my eyes. At the end of the day, if you do not like this particular brand of figure, then don't buy it, don't look at it, you know, go, if you see it in a Star Wars aisle, walk past it. But then again, don't try and use your opinion that you think is more high and mighty than everyone else because you don't particularly like it. And again, I don't think your kid is going to turn around and go, after they look at the toy and go, do you know what? I really want to become the slave of Jabba the Hutt because I think that would be awesome. And at the end of the day, it feels like if you want to get rid of this figure from a toy line, you know, or you want to get rid of this figure from an entire whole toy store, then what gives you that right to say that? Because at the end of the day, there are going to be collectors, there are going to be people who want to buy it. And if you don't want your kids, again, as I've said, and I'll probably say multiple times, walk past it. At the end of the day, you're not going out to particularly buy this particular brand, you're going to do it. Now I remember in this interview they were saying that they were going out buying a birthday toy. So why are they looking at like the Star Wars? Are they particularly interested in Star Wars, or are they actually just looking down that one because they walked past it and then you wanted to get it on the news and you wanted to be like that person that, you know, that got rid of that particular brand because you think it's right? But then what happens if someone found out what you like and what you enjoyed and then actually went out there and went, I'm actually going to take this down and I don't want this because I find it offensive? It just really angers me that there are people out there who think that opinions are higher than the others and they have to go higher. Yes, we can all turn around and say, I don't like that. I've been in toy stores, I've been in food stores, I've been something ever, and when I've not liked anything, I've just turned around and gone, I don't like that. And I've moved on. I've not made it my way or gone out there and gone, do you know what? I'm going to make sure that this never happens again. I don't like cheese, so I think cheese should be banned everywhere. I'm going to make sure that cheese is out there. Gone. I don't want it. Fuck dairy. Fuck the cheese. You know, I like cheese a lot, to be honest. Reading these things in here on the website, it's actually quite laughable. One thing, it turns around and it says like, it's a little indecent, a little more clothing would have helped, and then it's like whatever her name is. And I'm thinking is like, if she had more clothing on, like I'm guessing full on costume, like, you know, so you couldn't see any skin because showing that is the worst thing in the world, you know, there and there, you know, oh my god. But, you know, because it wouldn't be true to it, and then people would complain that it's not accurate, and then they'd be like, well, my kids watch Star Wars, and then blah, blah, blah. And I bet next, they're actually going to go to the studios, LucasArts or whoever, you know, Lucasfilms, and they're going to turn around and say like, well, I think you should edit that she shouldn't be in that costume. I think that she shouldn't. If you can like, kind of like digitalize, put her clothes on, that'd be great, thanks. If you could do that, because I don't want my kids watching it. It's like, your kids have watched these films, your kids have done this, and again, if you do not want them to watch this film whatsoever, then make sure it's older when they can appreciate it. When reading some of what these people are saying, it feels like they're just, like this thing went towards just parents in general, like, oh, I don't like this, I ain't gonna give this to my kid. It's fine. Is it affecting them? Again, are they going to want to become slaves of Jabba the Hutt? I don't know. So let's have a look at some of this other thing. It's true to the scene, but I don't know if I'd purchase this for my girls. There we go. Fine. Don't purchase it. So at the end of the day, this really, really irritates the fuck out of me when it comes to this, because it's taking something away that just because you don't like it, that you think that your voice will go higher. It's the same thing as with the Breaking Bads. I guarantee you, in the Breaking Bad figure line, when they came with the accessories, I don't think in the back of the figure it told you how to cook crystal meth. But I bet you that those parents enjoyed the series a lot. He even says, like, they're like, Dad, why does the doll have a chain around its neck? I don't have any answers. I was just blown away looking at it. Then watch Star Wars. At the end of the day, you don't have to explain this to them. Just turn around and say, okay, we're gonna have some family time and we're gonna watch the trilogy. We are going to enjoy Star Wars for what it is. Get some popcorn in, get some drinks. You know, turn on the lights, make it an interesting thing, and show them. Rather than try and take away because you can't give them the answer, you can turn around and instantly just give them a small synopsis of what happens, and then they go, you've bonded as a family. If they don't like Star Wars, then they don't like it. But you can turn around and say, well, now you know, kids, this is the reason why. But oh, it just feels like every single parent who doesn't like someone has to be royally offended by this by anything and then they try and take it away from others. Kind of wrap it up, he does explain, "That's pretty inappropriate," he said. "I got 2 daughters, I don't need seeing that crap." Well, there you go. At the end of the day, don't go down that aisle at all. Just walk past it, and if they ask questions, watch the film. Boom. Pretty much easy. So there we go, Rangers. What do you think about all this? Do you think that he's right? Do you think he's wrong? Do you think that everyone is getting too offended by the littlest things in the world? Let me know down below in the comments. If you've liked this video, like, favorite, comment, and subscribe. Check out Yada Games and all that lovely goodness. And as always, Rangers, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in a bit.